Welcome in, everybody, to the JJ and Pug Show, recording from the Highland Communities Podcast Studios. This is part 2 of the September 11th, 2024 podcast. Hope you got part 1. Part 1 is when we talked about, 9/11. It's pretty hard to ignore the fact that today is that day. But we're going to have to move on to... Sorry, I forgot I put this in here. That caught me by surprise. Move on to less important things and less stressful things. This is also Taking Back Sunday. This one's pretty solid. This is called The One from the new album.
They played.
This is from their brand new album.
I think they played The One. Jenna, I think she listens to it in the car. Unless it wasn't out yet. But the title sounds familiar.
Yeah, no, it probably was out at the time. It's pretty solid. Give it a listen. Yeah. I kind of feel like I want to do this for every show. Have a song that we throw out there to say, hey, listen to this one, guys.
Some kind of play on a song.
Yeah, just a little something to play in the background. We're going to do a NFL week roundup. Because week 1 happened,
baby. Football is back,
dude, and it's crazy because I am a huge baseball fan. I could not, if I tried, I couldn't say I want to do a breakdown of every game every week of baseball. I couldn't do it.
No,
ask me to do a breakdown of the Diamondbacks, I can give you that. But in football, it's different. I can watch every game.
Yeah,
I can watch every game. Now I'll say this: I have to admit, I didn't. Because I just didn't have the time this week. I did not watch the Chiefs-Ravens game. However, I heard it was awesome.
Dude, you're talking a game of inches, bro. Like
literally an inch.
That Likely guy. Oh,
Isaiah
Likely. You know what's funny is Mahomes was like, no, maybe wear white cleats.
White cleats. I love that line, dude. I loved that line.
I was like, dude, that's so classic. It's perfect. It's true. He's like, but you know what's funny is that's why the Chiefs. So one of some team, I can't remember who it was, but they wore red gloves.
Yeah, it's the Patriots.
Yeah, so that way when they played the Chiefs and they could get away with some holding calls, like you're just playing smart there.
Yeah,
like,
be smart about it.
Yeah, you're playing smart. So yeah, wear white shoes.
White shoes next time.
Black is not. I guarantee you, he's gonna have white shoes on, man. That was definitely a
dude. It would have been an amazing.
But okay, so but an MVP. Like Lamar Jackson misses a wide open Flowers the play before, like wide open in the back of the end zone. Like and it's probably miscommunication. He probably stopped on the route. He probably threw like he was going to run, and I get it. But still, you're like, dang, dude, you missed a wide open guy, and then you hit Isaiah Likely. And
if there is one thing that we can say about football that's universal, and it happens in every freaking game, every game, there are so many. If only. Dude,
speaking of if only, you know, if Isaiah Likely catches that ball, a parlay hits, and you know Dave Portnoy, One Bite Pizza, he would have won $300,000.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that he put that down.
He was so excited, and then he wasn't. Yeah. And it was
it's stuff like that in football. And I feel like it's sports in general. But I don't know if it's maybe because football is such a replay heavy sport, because there's one play every 40 seconds, basically. And for that 40 seconds, you just, oh my gosh, if only this person had done this in this moment.
It's a game of inches, man.
And it's 11 people it's like battle every freaking time, right?
I love it.
And 11 people are battling each other. If just this one person does one thing slightly differently, then the whole thing is different. I feel like it happens all the time. Okay.
So fantasy football, you're in.
Dude, I think I lost.
No, I think you won. No, who'd you play, Carl?
I honestly don't know who I lost.
Actually, you did lose. But
I'm almost positive I lost because
I think you lost to Carl.
The Monday night game is what got me. It was whoever he had playing on Monday nights who got me. Let's see who. I don't even know who to check the score here. How do I check the score? Like
it's up top. Just go to the league itself, and then it should be the first thing on the over. If you swipe, the one will say it has the sleeper logo on it. That's your team, but I think it's you and Carl. Oh, because it was last week, though.
It was last week, so it's not showing. I don't know how to go back to the last one.
To league up top.
League. There we go.
And then it should
go back to week 2. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Week 1. Dude, I feel like such an old man the way you just had to walk me through that. All right, so if I go back and I don't know who C Money. That's got to be Carl, right? C Money. Yeah, he killed me. Yeah. Got me by 11 points or so.
That's not killing you. That's one or two receptions.
But the reason why he got me by that 11 points is because who was it that he got that at the very end? It was Breece Hall on Monday night that got me, because up until that point I was winning.
Yeah.
But he had Josh Allen to my Kyler Murray. Josh Allen had a perfect fantasy game.
Of course.
So There was a moment. There's a couple moments in there, but
I saw a cool an interesting little take on those two today, Kyler Murray and him, because they were drafted out of the same class.
No, he was
something.
Josh Allen was a class before,
but they were like, because the Cardinals could have. They were like, they were comparing their careers and who's better, and it was just kind of interesting that Josh Allen hasn't won a lot. But he also, where did he play college at?
Wyoming.
Exactly. And you've got Kyler Murray who played at Oklahoma, I think, right?
And Texas A&M before that.
Yeah, so you're like, you would think it would be the other way around the success, and it's not.
No.
And they were just comparing that. And so it was an interesting take.
One of the things is, if you actually look at them, they are one of only two players. They're the only two players to average over 240 yards passing and over I don't know what it is, 40 yards rushing a game or something like that. So they have a lot of similarities, except for they are not built the same.
No, not even close.
No, I mean, it's crazy because Kyler Murray's faster, but Josh Allen is huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a big man.
He's a Ben Roethlisberger type.
Well,
not that big.
Yeah, he's not quite as big as Ben. But, and I would say that's mostly because he's not as fat. I mean, Ben was a big fat guy. And but Josh Allen is, like I say, if you were to build him in a lab, that's what the quarterback you build. You build Josh Allen. He is built in a lab quarterback. Howitzer for an arm. He's a freaking, he can run. Is super. The only thing about Josh Allen you don't like is he's a real big risk taker. And I don't mean just
no
the
risk,
fact,
no reward.
But I don't even mean it just in that. And the fact that, if you watch that game against the Cardinals, which we'll get into, I'm not going to do it now. He was taking hits that he didn't need to take.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of risk you're like, listen, man, if you're going to throw it into double coverage because your arm is strong enough, you think you can make the pass. I don't like that risk. But you know what? That's what makes you who. That's also what makes you who you are. But if you're the type of guy that's going to be taking a risk by going and taking a bunch of hits you don't need to make, I don't want that, because you could be out next week. And in today's NBA and NFL, if your quarterback ain't starting, guess what? Chalk it up as a loss, man.
Jordan Love story.
Yeah, dude. Good luck for the Packers.
He's got a sprained MCL.
There's the next game. We just talked about the Ravens and the Chiefs. The next game is the Packers and the Eagles down in São Paulo, São Paulo, Brazil. Why are they playing in São Paulo? So stupid.
Dude, that was such a dumb thing.
Yeah, but with that, a couple things. Giants fans, very sad, because Saquon Barkley is amazing.
He played really well.
Played very well.
He played very Saquon-esque, from before, who he used to play. And I think getting out of New York was a good thing.
But then with the freaking Packers, man, no quarterback for a couple weeks now.
At least it's not as bad as we all thought. I think initially when you watched the video, it looked like it was going to be worse, and then you kind of wonder, and then there were reports that he kind of walked out of the locker room on his own power, so that was good. So a sprained MCL, he'll probably be out 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks. It's not enough for an IR stint.
Nope.
Because if you can get him back in 3,
it's not enough to lose a season, right? But it's
and luckily their division doesn't look daunting.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say not that daunting. I mean, the Lions look real, and I should also say they're the only team with a loss in the division.
Caleb Williams dropped the ball.
He looks terrible, but they won.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, he looked terrible, but they won.
Yeah.
And then, dude, Sam Darnold and the Vikings?
Let's go.
What the crap is Sam Darnold doing?
Dude,
looking like the third overall
but that's what shows you when you get into the right system and you're a quarterback, and if you can play for the right offensive coordinator who maybe understands you, or hey, you just get lucky, things can turn around for you really quick.
Or don't play for the Jets.
I mean, Jet, because look at Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, don't play for the Jets, don't play for the Panthers, and you might have a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold played for the Jets, and he played for the Panthers. I also say this, he spent last year in San Francisco, which might have been exactly what he needed to refresh.
Maybe.
Be around Kyle Shanahan to be able to show him the ropes a little bit, detox, get all the crap out of you from before, and become the guy that everybody thought you were. Because again, he was a third overall pick. Second, third? I don't know. It was really high when he was drafted. And coming out of USC, everybody thought this guy was going to be a great quarterback in the NFL, and he hasn't been.
No.
So I'm not saying he is either, by the way. I'm not saying that. He very well could suck. He had a great game.
It's a great start for their season. Let's just leave it at that.
And it helps a quarterback to have a Justin Jefferson type. Somebody where you're like, hey, listen.
Security blanket, bro.
Kyler Murray said this back in the day if you ever heard of the Hail Murray play, when it was that win against the Bills, right? His whole thing was, DeAndre's down there somewhere, F it, and he just threw it up. When you have a guy like that like, I can trust this man. I don't know. I'm just going to give it up as a prayer.
Well, and it sucks they lost their tight end.
Yeah.
Hawkinson went down. I think he's out for the season.
Already? I didn't see that, dude.
I think it's a bad injury. I think he's out.
Man.
So
That's such
It could be. I mean, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it, but I know it's a bad injury. So
that's a hard thing to have happen in the first week of the season.
Especially, he's a good tight end.
He's really good. He's a great pass catcher.
Yeah, so it just that's going to hurt a little bit, but somebody will step up, right?
Yeah.
It's the NFL. Somebody will come in that we don't know about and make a name for themselves.
Or nobody will, and the Vikings will just kind of fade off like they usually do. But I mean, think about it. If you're, again, the Packers, you don't have Jordan Love. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. I don't know what their schedule looks like. It might be easy, but the Bears are 1-0, the Vikings are 1-0, and the Lions are 1-0. You're already one game back of everybody else in your division, and you're going to be going a couple of weeks without your starting quarterback. I don't know. Is it Malik Willis is the backup quarterback up there?
I don't even know. I think it's Malik Willis.
It's one of those things where, like, if you have your backup quarterback coming in, all you hope they do is don't lose you the game, but they're not going to be able to do much. They're not going to be able to do much to win you the game.
Right.
So you just got to hope that you get a Bears performance where your quarterback did nothing to win the game for you, but the Bears defense and special teams won the game.
Yeah.
Or, for that matter, the Steelers. Exact same thing. Justin Fields did nothing to win that game for the Steelers, but he also didn't do anything to lose it. And they went into Atlanta.
And he's starting again this week.
He's going to start again. Oh, dude. By the way, did you see that thing I showed you? I sent it to you on Instagram. It was a clip of it was like a slide of a whole bunch of different things. The NFL memes account.
I'm sure.
Dude, it was the one where it's like the most Russell Wilson. Guys, Russell Wilson's so weird. He's so weird. Okay, this guy is inactive for the game. Inactive. Not hurt in the game. Inactive. He's not going to play that game no matter what. The dude still came out full uniform with the shoulder pads on.
Yeah, why?
What a freaking weirdo. It was the most Russell Wilson thing ever.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Sorry, son, you can't because you're literally ineligible. No matter what I do, you cannot play this game.
Sorry, you're not allowed to play.
Yeah, like, he's just the weirdest dude. He's just the weirdest guy.
Weird guy.
And he's only getting weirder as time goes on. Have you seen? I know I've sent you a couple of these jokes of this guy that stands in the mirror and he's coming up with like the new things to say. Steel got it. Steel City.
Yeah.
Let's pound. Like Pound Town. Iron Baby. Like a whole bunch of stuff like that. It's like, dude, it cracks me up because you know he's doing that.
He's an idiot.
He's so weird. He is really falling off.
The Steelers get the dub. Who's next?
Let's see. Steelers and the Falcons. We already talked about the Bears and the Titans. The Bears defense and special teams won that. Caleb Williams did not. Dude, this one surprised me. Even though we all know the Bengals are slow starters, I did not think the Patriots are going to win that game.
So, you know what's funny is the Bengals, the last few years when they've gone to the Super Bowl or they've gone to the AFC Championship game, they've always started out slow. They start off slow. They just do. Like they don't ever come in with a 12-4 record or a 15-1 record.
They come in with a 10-7, 11-6.
Yeah, something like that. And then all of a sudden they get hot when it matters, right?
Yeah.
They play well at the end. They kind of come together. There was a lot of Jamar Chase drama with him, even if he's going to play. Was his contract going to be ready? Was he going to play unless he didn't get a contract?
I got to say this to you, Jamar Chase. Bro, you got 2 years left on your deal. It is a rookie deal.
Yeah.
Calm down. Yeah. Listen, like, I'm not saying you should not get your money. You should. But you also should recognize everyone's got to wait their turn, okay? You got 2 years left on your rookie deal, man. Let them get it ironed out this offseason. It would be crazy if they ironed it out now with 2 years left. Like...
He's just getting a little greedy.
Yeah, that seems
and it's
super
understandable. Greedy. We've talked about getting your money when I get your money. But you've got to also understand the business of it.
Yeah, because there's other guys on your team that they got to get their money. You know, maybe they got a year left on their deal or their free agency's coming up. Like, you can't be jumping the line like that. Like, it sends a bad to me. This is a guy that's not on a team, never has been on a roster. But I would look at it and say that's got to smell fishy in the locker room where people are like, bro, come on.
Yeah, like bro, hey, you're still a rookie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, listen, we know you're a big deal on this team. You've done some things in this league, but hey, other guys have been cut for less. Like, come on, be a team player in this route. We want you to get your money. Every guy in the NBA, NFL, or any professional sport for that matter, wants everybody to get their money. They don't want the owners to be walking away with the money.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, dude, you got 2 years left on this. Man.
You got to understand the business.
Yeah, like even Kyler Murray.
And shame on your agent for not telling you to, hey, bro, hit the brakes. Like, you're going to get your money, but you can't expect that right now. That's the agent wanting to get paid right now. They know what I'm saying? Like, he's not putting the player first at all.
They've got to be showing a little bit more guidance.
Yeah.
Now, if Jamar Chase is the one pushing that, hey, man, it's the agent's job to work for their client. Right. At the same time, they got to be a little more guidance. Like, hey, maybe we start talking about this. I know there's a deadline on this, but it's like, January 31st, whenever the season's over, that's when you go hard on this.
That's different. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're going into your last season, your contract. That's different.
Yeah. Now is when you should demand it. Like, do a Hassan Reddick, demand it or trade me. Speaking of Hassan Reddick, we're not going to, let's get to that one right now. How about the 49ers and the Jets, right? Hassan Reddick still has not reported. The Eagles traded him to the Jets for a conditional 3rd-round pick. Hassan Reddick got traded because he wanted a new contract. The Jets knew this. They knew that if they're trading for this guy, they got to give him a new contract. Guess what? They didn't give him a new contract. They didn't negotiate anything. And he still has not reported to the team. They just played their first game. He still hasn't reported. And you know what I say to this? Good on you, Hassan Reddick. Stick by your guns, dog. Listen, if they knew that they needed to give you a new contract when they traded for you, they should have given you a new contract. Yeah. And you know what?
I get that.
Screw the Jets.
They're the Jets, man. Aaron Rodgers doesn't even look good for the Jets right now.
No. And I did watch that game. I was actually watching it because I was stuck in traffic in Los Angeles as I was driving there. So I had the tablet set up, watched the whole game, dude. 49ers look strong, man. I hate to say it. I hate to say it.
The only reason I'm okay with it is because Purdy's a local kid.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I'm okay with it.
I do not mind seeing him
succeed. I
hate
the Niners. I'm a Cowboy fan. I hate the Niners. But I like seeing a kid from a local school just saying, hey, you know what? I was Mr. Irrelevant again. And you know what? Look at me. I'm still balling out. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke season. I'm still here to play.
And my thing is I'm looking at it from a perspective of they're in my division, dude. I don't want the 49ers to be good. But I also love the way that team is constructed and the way they play.
They won without their best player.
Yeah.
And Mason stepped up, bro.
Dude, that guy showed up, undrafted free agent out of Georgia Tech. Looked like a man among men.
Everybody picked him up in the fantasy football league for sure.
They absolutely should have.
Jeremy snagged him and ours, dude. He got him.
It doesn't matter because when CMC comes back, that guy's going to be right back on the bench.
But still, I think it's still, he's putting he may not be. If you have a 1-2 punch like that, dude,
no, that's true.
It's going to give McCaffrey where he didn't have to carry the ball 50 times a game. He can carry it 35.
And you're right. And in today's NFL, you have 2 running backs. Every team is running 2 running backs.
You have to.
So, there's something to be said for that. But I just look at it and say, I love the way that team is constructed. That is the way I would want my team constructed. Hard defense, strong running game, and everything builds off of that. That is the way football should meant to be played. That's the way it's supposed to be played.
It used to be. Now it's a spread thing, and
and that's what I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, no, me either. I hate that high schools adopted it. High school should be ground and pound, just friggin' stack the box, wing T, I formation, power. Let's just go run people over. Let's see who the biggest man is on the field.
Power option right.
Let's run people over, steamroll them.
And now it's everything spread. Everything is a spread.
Yep.
I don't even know if we talked about the Patriots and Bengals other than the slow start of the Bengals, but it is weird to see the Patriots win a game when they have nothing on that roster. Also wanted to say, do you remember this was probably 2 months ago where I ran around that Instagram post? I saw the guy talking about what was going to happen week by week by week. And it was in week 5, this guy predicted that Joe Burrow would finally show up as an MVP candidate and the Bengals would turn the season around. So far, he's right.
Well, that's what'll happen.
So he's got up until week 5 for this guy's Instagram post to be correct. Texans, Colts. Did you see that pass by Anthony Richardson?
Yeah. 50, 60 yards in the air.
65 yards on his back foot falling down. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
On the freaking dot. Hit Alec Pierce right in the hands for a touchdown.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, beautiful.
If you were to look at the box score of that game, you'd say, looks like a pedestrian performance. 9 for 19. That's not big. But, dude, if you saw the throws that he made, unbelievable.
He did
the Colts,
really
well. That guy might be something, man. He's a physical freak.
See what happens. He scrambled pretty good, too. He got out of the final. He ran around. So, see what happens.
I mean, they only lost by 2 to a really tough Texans team. Yeah. The Texans team, I don't think it's a stretch to say they're probably going to run away with that division, the AFC South, because the AFC South's garbage, always is. But with the way the Colts played, maybe not. I mean, the Texans, they have the better roster. I'm just going to say that. Dolphins, Jaguars. We're going to talk a lot more about the Dolphins in part 3, but not for the reasons you think. That was a game that I did not think was going to be a close one. I thought the Dolphins would run away with that because I don't think the Jaguars got much.
Waddle got hurt. I don't know if he's out how long, but I think he got hurt or he didn't. Something happened because I know Allie has him on her fantasy team, and she was complaining because he was hurt. So like I know maybe they didn't have everybody, and there was some. You can't even say the drama before got involved because Tyreek scored.
Because he still did his thing.
He still did his thing, and
he's my number one overall draft pick. Which, by the way, anybody in our fantasy draft that wants him, he is for sale. Go ahead and take him.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, he's up for sale. Throw me a trade. I'll trade him.
Let me get my phone.
I actually tried to load my team with Cardinals because one of the things I hate about fantasy football is I hate rooting for other players.
Wow, dude, that's what makes it funner for me.
I just don't like, because this is what happened. If I had started Keon Coleman against the Cardinals, I would have beat Carl for my game. But I couldn't bring myself to start a player that was playing my team. I couldn't do it.
So funny to me.
It's a weird thing for me.
Far into it.
It is. I just hate it. I hate looking at it being like, oh, my team lost, but you know what? Keon Coleman got me 60 points or whatever. No, it wasn't 60 points. It was like 16. I don't remember what it was. Point is it would have been enough to push me over the top. So the Jaguars, do they suck? I don't know. Do the Dolphins suck? I don't know. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be that great this year. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. I really don't. The Panthers, holy cow, dude. Bryce Young might be the worst number one overall draft pick of all time.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. He played terribly.
And dude, they got beat by 37 to the Saints. 37. The Saints almost scored 50. The Saints. Nobody's looking at that roster and thinking,
Derek Carr came to work though, man. Like he did really well.
He only passed for 200 yards.
I love that he's talking, some DB's talking crap to him at some point, and you watch him say, I got 3 touchdowns on you.
Yeah, dude.
I've thrown 3 touchdowns on you. Like, shut up.
And the best part about it with Derek Carr is, that there was absolutely no expletives whatsoever. That guy's a very Christian man. So when he talks trash, he's like Phillip Rivers, right? It's like, dang you, man. Yeah. I freaking did a great job.
Scoreboard.
Exactly. But yeah, dude, the Saints absolutely pounded the Panthers, and the Panthers are got to be looking at their roster and be like, we have nothing of worth. We have nothing of worth. And I mean, again, Bryce Young. I know I said this a while ago when comparing Bryce Young to Kyler Murray. With Kyler Murray, he at least has definitive characteristics that you want. Bryce Young, I don't know why he went number 1 and CJ Stroud number 2. I don't know why. Other than he played for Alabama.
That's probably what it comes down to.
That's it. But I mean, CJ Stroud played for Ohio State.
Yeah, but I think when you're if you got a choice with Saban, I think if you're an odds man, you're probably betting Alabama because they're the most professional looking team at the time. Like they're the closest thing to a professional team in college. And so that's probably what you're thinking. Yeah. It's a safe bet. It's a gamble either way, but I think that's your better odds, right?
It is funny because the narrative is that there's no such thing as a good Alabama quarterback in the NFL, and the same was true of Ohio State. CJ Stroud may be the first one to kind of stop that.
Break the mold,
exactly. Yeah. But Bryce Young, I mean, I'm not saying his career is over, but if he continues down this road, he's getting benched this year and he's going the Sam Darnold route. Probably. He's going to be out of there. Speaking of Sam Darnold, the Vikings.
We just talked about him already.
Okay. Well, moving on, though. He looked good. We'll just say that.
Yes.
He did throw a pick, but man, he started off on fire. And the Giants look awful.
Yeah, if you could
be happy about that
quarterback ever, it would be what's his face, dude, Daniel Jones.
Might be Bryce Young.
I don't know, dude.
At least Daniel Jones is tall and can run strong.
Dude, he is. But then he falls when he breaks away. You will never forget that.
I will never forget that.
Never forget a wide open touchdown fall because he's running so fast, leaning so far forward he can't control himself.
Yeah, that was great.
But of course I'm happy about that, and I know my buddy Tom's just mad about it, and I can't wait till we play in a few weeks because we're gonna bet and I'm gonna win again. And I think this year I don't even know. I've gotten a helmet, a jersey, a hoodie, a mini helmet. I mean, I've won so many things from this kid. Just because he will bet that the Giants will beat the Cowboys, and then we'll go double or nothing. And that's when I got me a full size replica helmet last year, dude.
That's legit.
Dope. It's in my office. I'm like, yeah. Now what? Well, I know I got a Parsons jersey last year, a helmet the year before. I'm like, yeah. What can I get this year? I don't know. I'm thinking a Letterman jacket, like a leather jacket or something, dude.
That's awesome.
We'll see. I got to stack up the apparel for sure. So
Jim Harbaugh, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Jim Harbaugh came into town and he made it happen. Chargers win against the Raiders with a strong running game.
Yeah, the Chargers,
strong running game.
It was a good game.
J.K. Dobbins, 10 carries, 135 yards.
It's not a bad living.
That's not bad. And who knows? Jim Harbaugh might be the right guy. Seahawks beat the Broncos. I don't know what to say about that.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
On.
Suck it, Zach. Nobody cares about your stupid Broncos. And I know you care about this one because this is one that everybody in the country watched, aside from me.
Of course they did.
I did not watch this game.
Which game?
Not on purpose.
Which game?
Oh, the Cowboys destroying the Browns.
So you know what I love about this more than anything, and it's not even have to do with the Cowboys. I love to see Baker Mayfield killing it in Tampa Bay.
Yes!
And Deshaun Watson just sucking. And now he's getting sued again, right?
Yes.
Like it's like perfect. You pay a guy that kind of money with who was out at the time for rape charges or some crap. Yeah. And he's not doing you jack crap. And the guy you got rid of because you didn't want to invest any little bit of time and money into has gone out and he went and became a Ram for a season. And now he's playing. He took his team to the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay last year and he played well Sunday.
Not to the Super Bowl, to the playoffs.
I'm sorry, to the playoffs.
Yes.
So you're like, dude, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's why I enjoyed that game. Now, I feel bad for my buddy Jason. He's about the only Browns fan that I know. And this guy is a diehard Browns fan. He's got jersey. I love it.
This is why I say this. If you don't want the bad karma, don't go after the guy who's got a whole bunch of sexual assault charges.
He defends it all day long. He doesn't defend it either. He agrees with you, right? But he's just a Browns fan. It's like, I've been a Cowboy fan. No matter what happens to the Cowboys, it's going to happen.
This is the thing. This is what I tell people. You can change your team.
No, you can't.
You can.
No,
I did.
Yeah,
I did. You can absolutely do it. Now, I will say this. It was easier for me to do it because I was kind of always a fan of this team to begin with. It was an embarrassing thing to be a fan of this team.
But it's their home team.
It is my home team.
It's a little different. Like, if you want to be a home team supporter, like, I get it, right?
So, where's your buddy from?
He's from here.
And he's a Cleveland fan?
I have no idea how.
Okay, now he's an idiot.
Yeah. Well,
if you're listening.
He's not from here. Let's see. His dad was a military guy, so he was kind of born in Germany, I think. So he's kind of I don't think he's ever lived in Cleveland.
Why would you ever pick the Browns? Why would you ever pick? There's never been a moment.
I'll have to ask him.
Okay, you're going to have to ask him, and I don't want to call. Well, actually, I will call him out. Listen, bro. Grow up. Ditch the Browns.
Yeah, should.
They have given you no reason. They have never given you a reason to root for them. Ever. Never have they done it.
No.
I'm looking you in the eyes right now. Ditch the Browns. Pick anyone else. Anyone else.
Yeah.
Not the Browns.
It's funny. He's an Ohio State fan.
Okay.
And he's a Browns fan. And it's like.
Maybe his family's from Ohio?
I don't know. I have to ask. I'm sure he's told me before.
There has to be a reason.
There's a tie there. I know there's got to be.
Because there's no way that somebody blindly picks the Browns. There's never been a reason. So I got to read this text from my nephew. And it absolutely cracked me up when he sent it. And this was during the game. He says, I've never seen a quarterback go from elite to Nathan Peterman, like Deshaun Watson. Do you remember Nathan Peterman?
No.
He was a quarterback for the Raiders. I think he threw 5 interceptions and a half. Like, I mean, just awful.
Deshaun's terrible.
Deshaun Watson has forgotten how to play.
You can see, like, what's his name? Is it Amari Cooper?
Yeah, he was he was the receiver there.
He is there. He's still there. Dude, he's annoyed. No, he's just he'll miss him. He missed him on some throws, or you're looking at and you see him come back to the huddle, and he's just like, dude, you got to be kidding me right now. Like, I'm Amari Cooper. How do you not hit me? You know, it's just throw it in my area, but he can't get it.
Dude, I don't know, man. I got to say, like, the Browns, like I said, karma.
Well, so on the flip side, Dallas came to play. They weren't playing around. Dak got paid right before. That was a big news break, right? He's the highest paid NFL player in history now. And
until the next guy.
But for now he is. Yeah. And they came to play, dude. I mean, Zeke looked very... Like his first ball that he touched when he got the ball, he hurdled a guy, right? That's very nostalgic for us Cowboy fans when he was doing that as rookie and second year in. And so to see him score again, so you're hoping that, like, look, we don't need Zeke to carry the ball 60 times. We need him to carry it when we need a veteran in to carry it.
It is funny because when I think about, like, we talked about the Cowboys quite a bit this offseason, wondering what the heck they were doing. Why weren't they weren't aggressive at all. Yeah. They went after nobody.
Yeah.
And what would you say was their number one offseason pickup? Could you name a guy?
No, if anything, signing CeeDee Lamb like they did.
They re-signed their guys.
And he played. He came to play. He got signed. Dak signed. And look, and you can't play. Dude, Dak's, how do you not throw the ball to him? He catches the ball. Like, he's almost automatic. Like, just put the ball in the area and he will adjust and figure it out.
I do have to say this. The Browns do have a solid defense.
They do.
They do have a solid defense. I mean, so it's not like he's going up against I don't know, the Broncos.
Yeah, no,
or
the Browns are known for their defense. They're not known for anything else. Myles Garrett's coming off the edge on you.
Myles Garrett's such a monster.
He's a beast.
He's
what I mean?
Such a man among men.
They are a good defense. But they just have nothing. You can defense wins you games when they can because they stop people. But often you got to score to win.
It's so I can't believe you said that, man. Defense wins championships. You know this.
That's what I'm saying. But but you still got to score to win.
Defense wins championships.
Perfect.
But if you can't win a game, you're not going to get to the championship.
Exactly.
And when you have a quarterback doing what Deshaun Watson's doing, I mean, he looks awful. Like I said, he really does look like he forgot to play.
I agree.
And whoever your friend is that's a fan, ditch the Browns. They've done nothing. Be a Bengals fan. If you got an Ohio tie, be a Bengals fan. Dude, go Joe Burrow, baby. Anyway, so then we got we talked about this. Freaking Baker Mayfield throwing 4 touchdowns.
2 to 3 to Mike Evans, right?
Yeah, dude. Mike Evans, man. You want to talk about a guy that has just been so under the radar? Is probably one of the best receivers.
He doesn't cause problems. He doesn't cause waves. There's no drama. Catches the ball.
Just catches
Does
touchdowns,
dude. Weird.
It is, but because it is one of those things where maybe it's because he's in Tampa, but he has been one of the most consistent receivers of the last 15 years.
Yeah,
the guy
especially
produces 1,000 yards every year.
Fantasy, everybody loves him.
Yeah,
he's every a great fantasy football receiver.
I think it's 10 years straight where he's had 1,000 yards.
Probably
that is something crazy.
He's a baller, dude.
Yeah, and Baker Mayfield 4 touchdowns in that game. Good for you, Baker. The Lions pulled away from the Rams. The Rams are going to be a pesky team.
The only reason they won that game was because they got the coin toss. But I will say that Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell. I love the way he coaches. And to see them that last drive, did you watch that game?
No, I wasn't able to watch that game.
So the last drive, when they got in overtime, all they did was give the ball to David Montgomery, and they literally ran it down their throat.
And that's what happens when you don't have Aaron Donald anymore.
Football, bro. And they just were pushing. And the Rams were tired. And it's the first game, first full game of play. So I get it. And dude, they took advantage. And they literally they ran the ball right down the middle from 25-yard line all the way and just kept pushing. And David Montgomery just running people over, bro.
Dude, I will tell you what, that was the one guy that I thought, I got to pick David Montgomery up.
He's a baller.
So, and I like the way that the Lions play.
He's not their number one, though. That's the thing. Jahmyr Gibbs is who usually is their scorer and stuff. But Montgomery puts in some yards to get him down there. But he did that drive was very impressive by the Lions.
I just think the Lions are the team in the AFC North. The NFC North.
Right? NFC team.
The NFC North. That's their division,
Green Bay,
right? So the NFC North, that's the team in that division that everyone's going to be watching out for. I mean, clearly they were one game away from the Super Bowl last year. But it's also because, dude, they've got belief. I know that they had to go to overtime to beat the Rams. The Rams are probably one of the best coached teams in the league every year.
Yeah.
Dude, it drives me nuts. I hate that they're in my division because no matter what we do, we cannot get over McVay. That guy, we're playing him this week, by the way.
I know.
I'm so scared. Game. Oh, you are? Dude, I'm scared. I do not want to play against. I hate playing against McVay. The guy he's
smart.
He is.
And he's young.
And he freaking owns the Cardinals. He owns the Cardinals. And I freaking hate it. Speaking of which, Cardinals lost. The cost of the Bills because Josh Allen is a man. And for whatever reason, you are not allowed to sack him. Okay? Not allowed. I'm not sure if you saw that.
No.
Dude. I don't know. I don't know how a defender's supposed to play defense anymore.
It's almost like they should put a red jersey on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just makes me so mad.
Gotta touch him.
How do you expect a 280-pound man running at the quarterback to then stop immediately?
Fighting another 350-pound monster.
It's like they've taken it too far. Like, I get the low hits, right? Like the knees and stuff. But man,
going at the head.
Yeah, but they should be able to Honestly,
I don't even care about the low hits. It's like sometimes those guys are falling as they're trying to take you down.
That shouldn't count. But I remember in high school, I played defensive end, and it was like we ran, at the time, the schools ran a lot of options and stuff like that. Dude, it was whether the quarterback had the ball or not. If he faked it, you crushed him.
Fair game, dog.
And he's a runner. All the time, I was putting the quarterback in the ground when he didn't have the ball. There was no foul there.
Yeah.
There's no penalty.
Also high school.
It's also high school. But still, these guys, now you can't even, you barely even touch the quarterback a little bit late. And they're throwing a flag.
So there were 3 plays in particular in this game that absolutely floored me. One, it was actually the Bills against Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's scrambling on a 3rd down, and he's sliding. And as he's sliding, the defender for the Bills hits him. Not maliciously at all, by the way. Yeah. It was very much like, oh, excuse me, I kind of hit you. Flag. And I, again, as a fan, It's like, what is that guy supposed to do? There's literally nothing he could have done differently.
It's so bang. Like, it's not like they have time to think about it, you know?
And that one pissed me off. The next one was, dude, oh my gosh, this one freaking killed me. Zaven Collins, defensive end. He was a first-round draft pick as a middle linebacker. He's converted to a defensive end because he's a big human. He's a really big guy. Sacks Josh Allen on a third down for probably what would have been a 9-yard loss. It was a huge play right before the end of the half, okay? Because the Cardinals were winning 17-3 at this point. This is the final drive before the end of the half. I don't know how, and I heard the announcers afterwards say they don't know how. That was a roughing the passer penalty on a sack. He sacked him. By the way, also with the offensive lineman all over Zaven Collins. So again, how is he supposed to gently bring down Josh Allen, a huge human being to begin with, not an easy guy to sack? How is he supposed to do that gently when he's got a tackle also trying to stop? It is impossibly stupid. Impossibly stupid. That led to a roughing the passer, automatic first down, 15 yards. That was capped with a touchdown. So now we're going into halftime 17-10 and the Bills are getting the ball. Okay. It was a back-breaking defensive play for the Cardinals. That led to them in the next half coming in, scoring. So now it's 17-17 because Josh Allen now once he gets going, he's a freaking beast. He really is a monster. And then there was another play down to the very last play of the game. Kyler Murray throws up a prayer, hits Greg Dortch right in the freaking chest as he is being mauled by a defensive back. I mean, the defensive back, his back is to the play, arm bar in Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch, small guy, 5'7", on the 2-yard line, no flag. No flag. This is the most obvious pass interference play you've ever seen in your life. Again, his back is to the play. He is not watching the play. His arm is in the chest of Greg Dortch. He is arm barring while also holding down Greg Dortch's left arm because Greg Dortch is falling backwards trying to catch it with one hand because this one's pinned, left arm's pinned, and the other guy's arm. It was so obvious. No flag. Game's over.
Of course.
Also want to say this. Throw the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
My gosh. Oh my gosh. 4th overall pick? 3 targets? 3.
Don't trust him yet.
I don't care.
I know.
You got to make, dude.
It's frustrating for you Cardinal fans.
It is so frustrating because if he is supposed,
he's a playmaker.
We don't know. Is he?
Oh, he should be. I mean, college shows you he is, but he just needs to give him the ball, give him a chance. You should be targeting him.
Dude, he dropped the pass right in his freaking arms. The very first target he ever had in the game, dropped it. It would have been a 15-yard gain, right? Nerves.
It's fine.
First game in the NFL, first play thrown to you. They go to him the very next play, a 4-yard gain. It's a nothing. It's more of a, hey, wipe that last play out. We're good. And then that's it. That's it. That's it. It was in the first target was technically a target. It was one where it was like one of those quick reads where the quarterback and the receiver should know that based on the defensive positioning of the defensive back, this is going to be a back shoulder fade. Marvin Harrison Jr., he didn't make that read, so he ran a different route. So it was like, okay, technically that's a target, but it wasn't anywhere near him. Dude, it was very frustrating as a Cardinals fan where it's like, we've got this guy. His name is Maserati Marv, and we kept him in the garage. Didn't even turn the ignition on that thing.
It's kind of frustrating, I'm sure.
So everybody, that's week 1. Of the NFL regular season.
Of the overtime, or of the game.
Yeah, of the overtime. Yeah. Sorry, we just screwed that one up. All right, well, all you cheese bags, stay fresh.
Like fat kids in dodgeball, we're out.
The JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.